What's going on, everybody? It's me, Justin, aka Good Will Hunter, and I'm back with, I guess, a video for pickups. I don't have a lot as much as I did in the last video, but there are a bunch of stuff. I mean, I'm looking around, I'm seeing stuff, and what better way than to document it on YouTube? So without further ado, I got my drink of choice, which is Bud Light. For all of you who don't know, I'm a cheap date. And let's get right into it. So I guess in no particular order, I was at Walgreens actually today. So this is March 3rd or 4th. I just happened to be walking down the aisle and they had one box of Super Mario cereal left, so I just decided to grab it. So probably not going to eat it, but I'll probably just keep it, you know. Super Mario cereal, why not? I found a couple of Steelbooks at a local Goodwill. I had both these games, but these are in way better condition. Plus, these come with the outer sheath plastic. So we got Doom 3, the collector's edition, Steelbook. We also got Halo 2, again, Steelbook. This one comes with 2 discs. One's, I think, a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff, and that's really it. But again, a game I had and was just really beat up, plus had that, and they were half price, so another reason to pick them up. So that was a pretty decent, I would say, addition. These things I know are fucking garbage, but for whatever reason I like them, and when they're complete like this, it tickles my collector gland. It's a gland, it's definitely a gland. This is leftover actually from that massive pickups video. I got all this stuff actually from my sister, who is a drug addict, and she was going through, well, she's not a drug addict now that I know of. I know she just smokes some pot and drinks, whatever. But she was going through her boyfriend's garage. I guess his father passed away, and they had just a bunch of like Nintendo, Super Nintendo stuff. And I sold a lot of stuff for her, gave her some money, but I did kept this stuff, just some Nintendo stuff, some controllers. We got Time Lord from Milton Bradley. I don't think I've ever played it, but I didn't have it in the collection, and I kept it. It's not really worth anything, that's why I didn't like bundle it. She did have some good games, TMNT 1 through 3, Mega Man 6. And I actually sold it to Captain Retro, so you got a really good deal. Wheel of Fortune and Super Talking Jeopardy. So again, didn't have those, and they're not really worth anything, so I didn't bother trying to sell them. I just figured I'd keep them. What is this? The Quick Shot. Now I already have this. It's, yeah, pretty clicky, and I think it's garbage. It might be good for a shooter, but definitely not trying to play Mario. There was that. There was a mouse, Super Mario, or Mario Paint, so that's a duplicate. You can tell it's a little brown too. We got the AC adapter for Super Nintendo. We got, I think, one original Nintendo controller. The IR receiver for the Super Scope 6. Again, yellowed. I don't know if it came from a smoker's house. And the last thing is some sort of cleaning cartridge, I guess, for the Super Nintendo. I don't know. Just, again, stuff that I wasn't going to sell, so thought I'd keep it. Picked up Otogi 2 on the original Xbox. Picked this up from the video game trailer. I have the first one, but I did not have the second one, and I saw that he had one. He had one, like, physically sealed, but I wasn't going to pay, you know, physically sealed price because I'm going to open it because I want to play it. and I picked it up for 22 bucks, which is probably what it goes for. But again, a Sega Microsoft exclusive on the original Xbox. Got this pretty sick sign. As you can see, it's PBR. I'll take it out of the package. It's PBR, and it's like melting on pizza. I saw this at my local Mellow Mushroom, and I'm a sucker for the PBR metal distributor only. You really only get these from distributors. Again, it's got some foam on the back, but it's metal. And it's kind of sharp too. But again, really cool edition. I think I'll probably put it next to the other one that I have. So Bob from Retro RGB contacted me one day about the guy that was looking for a G-SCART switcher. And specifically, he wanted one of the older, the first generation, I think, G-SCART switches from, what the hell is the name of the site? I'll leave a link in the description below, but it's a company that manufactures these. These are your SCART switchers. This is an 8-port. It's got 2 SCART outputs. The one that the guy wanted that I had actually had VGA out, and I think that's why he wanted it. But he gave me a really great deal as far as me selling it to him. So I, in turn, that had to wait for the G-SCART Lite to come out, which this is the G-SCART Lite. It's I believe, came $180, was like $15 shipping or $10 shipping. Comes with your AC adapter. It needs power. But again, if you're into retro gaming and you have your own setup and you want to get the best possible picture, you're probably doing RGB and you need SCART. So I sold mine, he did a replacement, so, you know, I was able to get one with what I sold it for and then some. So that was good, that worked out. Thank you, Bobby, for watching. I got some stuff from, actually these came in from Walmart, but this actually came in from Second and Charles. I went in there looking for, you know, just whatever, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, but I did not plan on finding Gunbird Special for the PAL. It's the PAL game, so only released in Europe and probably Japan. But you can tell it's PAL because it's in the blue PlayStation 2 case, and they're really shitty, just white label. I saw these that someone had tweeted, I think, on either Facebook or Instagram about these plug and plays that are a Walmart exclusive. So I just happened to run to Walmart the same day that I picked up Gunbird. I was actually having a really good day. Won $100 on a scratch off, found this, and just happened to walk into the Walmart while he was setting these up for these Walmart exclusive plug and plays. We got the Double Dragon plug and play, as well as the Mega Man 2 plug and play. These are $17, $18 a piece. Released from this company called MSI, and you know, they are endorsed. This one's endorsed by Capcom. This one is endorsed by Technos. But yeah, these aren't the best quality, but I think it's still really cool. You probably can't see, but maybe I'll show you really quick. See that box over there? It's a box full of plug and plays. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a connoisseur, so to speak, when it comes to the plug and plays. So I thought that was really cool. I don't think they'll, you know, do very well with them because, again, the quality isn't that great. It's plastic, and it feels plastic. But I thought it was still pretty cool. Mega Man, you know, plug and play. Another bag full of goodies. This is Dragon Ball. What is it? Dragon Ball FighterZ. FighterZ. I think it's called Dragon Ball FighterZ, not FighterZ. But anyways, I have not played much of this. I've just probably been focusing on doing the combos for every single person to kind of unlock that. But it is a very solid Arc Systems game. And if you like Guilty Gear, same kind of mechanics. Looks amazing. It's just, if you love Dragon Ball Z, the Akira Toriyama and you love that whole universe, and I highly recommend you pick it up. I honestly, if I don't even play it that much, I don't care. I will give them money to make games like this because this is the kind of game that needs to be made. Found this at a Goodwill. This is a Spyro Eternal Night. One Spyro game that I did not have, and it's kind of a, whenever I see it at GameStop, they want like $20, $30 for it, so nice to snag it. I think this is probably one of the last Spyro games that actually got released, and I think now they're gonna remake. Insomniac Games is going to remake, or is this Insomniac even around anymore? But anyways, they're gonna remake them. Naughty Dog, I don't know. A couple of manuals from the video game trader. Super Mario Advance, $2 on the Game Boy Advance, and Mega Man, the first one, on the Game Boy, $2. So have both these games, but you know, manuals for cheap, sure. Also picked up the Game Genie Game Gear adapter. I picked this up for not much, $15 maybe. Comes with a little book inside with all the codes, at least for the first volume. Again, I'm a sucker for stuff like this, so I always pick it up when I can find it. I found a PSP Go charger. A couple of Game Boy Advance, or not Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color games I found at a Goodwill. We got Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy Color, as well as Mr. Nuts, which I was really happy to find this. I know there is like a PAL exclusive Super Nintendo game called Mr. Nuts, and it looked like a pretty decent kind of side-scrolling platformer. So $5 a piece on those. And then I even found a Jeopardy Tiger Electronics handheld at my local Value Village, but I was also able to find, it came with 2 packs. So we got Game Pack 2 and 3, and this one I remember seeing a week prior. It did have Game Pack 1 in it, but it did not have the book. So it's really useless without the book, so I was kind of happy to find with the book these 2. So it looks really corroded, so I'll have to clean it, but I'm sure it works. Some media. The Venture Brothers Season 2. It's kind of really, I really like the Venture Brothers, another Adult Swim classic cartoon. Some Blu-rays. We got Inception and The Hurt Locker. The Hurt Locker is really good. If you haven't seen that, it's a really good movie. For $10, I found a fat PSP. It was missing the cover to the joystick, so I had to order another replacement from China. Only cost a couple of bucks. Did not come with any games. It does work, and it does read games. Again, it works nice and clicky. It's a little scratched up, but again, for 10 bucks, I'll probably just, you know, buy a battery, mod it. And I think the last thing I have for this video is something that I've wanted for a while after watching a video from Game Dave. If you haven't seen his YouTube channel, he has very good production value videos on games in his collection. More obscure games, you know, with more history behind it, but fun and very well edited, as I said. He had a peripheral that was only ever released in Japan, I think back in 1989. It was a light gun for the original Famicom from Bandai, and only really had like one game, but it had a really great peripheral. This is the Bandai Hypershot, and yes, it is a friggin' submachine gun. It even has the hardware for a strap, so you can literally like make a strap for it and like wear it. It's a very interesting piece of hardware. Uses the Famicom's expansion port thing on the front, but it has a built-in speaker, so all the audio gets played back from the Famicom through this. It also has, you probably can't see it because it's black, but a start and a select button. It's got a little, probably can't even see this again too, a little joystick right here for directional movement in the game. And what else? Is that all the buttons? It's got a front button here. as well as this button right here. But the best feature is you take this back off, you pop in 4 C batteries, and when you're playing the game, it actually has feedback. It sounds like a machine gun, and it just makes it so more immersive. It's an amazing thing that really did not go much further than the one game, which was what is it, Space Shadow. So I was able to get the game and the gun in the same listing, ironically from someone in Canada. They didn't have any way of testing it. They wanted, I think, originally like $150, which that would have been a really good deal. I mean, because it goes boxed for $250 from Japan, so probably minus the box, you know, probably about what it goes for. But I made an offer of, I think, somewhere around 70 Canadian, which they countered and said, no, it would have to be 100 US. I said, no, I'll pass on it, because it was, I guess, on consignment. But I did the math when I looked at the conversion, and it was actually, it only equated to, I think, something, they only wanted like 70 US, so, and that was with free shipping. So I took a shot in the dark, saying, you know, that it probably doesn't work, and when it arrived, I tested it, it totally worked. So, really great deal for 70 bucks. I took a shot in the dark. Sometimes you have to, especially with the whole collecting thing. I'm never going to come across this thing in the wild. So, to actually find a listing in another country, which this came from further country, and for less than a third of what they're asking, I thought it was a really good deal. Took a shot in the dark, and it worked. It paid off. It totally works. And is it fun? Yes. But again, it was really only this one game that actually utilizes the whole functionality. So, oh well. You can also use it as a regular light gun, so you can play Duck Hunt, Wild Gunman, stuff like that. But that's gonna have to do it for this pickups video. I hope you found something unusual, some enjoyment from it. Leave a comment below. Have you picked up anything of note? How's everyone else in the community? Hope everything's good and positive. I have a lot of things going on, so to speak, that are going to drastically alter the course of my future, but in a positive way. So as always, make sure to hit that like button. If you haven't caught me on my social media, it's at GoodWillHunter, and the O's are actually zeros, so it's G00DwillHUNT, the number 3R. And that's where you'll find me. But as always, keep up the thrift, and I'll thrift with y'all later.